status.
The President and the Secretary of Homeland Security are on the same page that vehicle stops are a necessary tool that ICE agents need in order to continue their deportation campaign of the worst illegal alien criminals from our country.
The White House issuing new guidance for ICE agents conducting traffic stops following 2 deadly shootings in recent weeks. The traffic stops may resume, but only if at least one of the agents has a body camera. Let's bring in Chad Wolf, former acting DHS Secretary, now Homeland Security and Immigration Chair at the America First Policy Institute. Chad, welcome back to the program. Good to have you on. So how does this change things, the need for a body cam to be present?
Well, I think it allows DHS to continue to do, or ICE, I should say, to continue to do these vehicle stops. Look, the body-worn cameras is something that DHS and ICE had talked about going all the way back to February, saying that they wanted their officers to have that. Congress provided them the funding in April, but then there was a 76-day shutdown, and so they weren't able to deploy all those cameras. So I think now DHS is now saying that within 60 days, most, if not all, of those ICE officers will have body-worn cameras, but in the interim, vehicle stops, you need to at least have one officer there with a body-worn camera.
Okay, so Secretary Markwayne Mullin says now's the time to turn up the heat on the streets. He said this when talking about accountability earlier today at a news conference.
When I say turn down the temperature, when I turned down the temperature with you guys, we're turning up the heat on the streets. We're out there working harder than we ever have because we've empowered our law enforcement to do their job. What I'm trying to do is remove us from the headlines every single day. But everybody will be held accountable.
You tell me, but it seems the agency's moving full steam ahead here, Chad.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I've heard a lot of criticism lately saying, well, ICE doesn't normally do vehicle stops, which isn't true. But here's what I would say is that you had 4 years of President Biden letting anyone and everyone come across that border. And so the Trump administration has a very difficult job to remove those individuals in numbers and in places that ICE probably hasn't had to go before and do things that they haven't had to do because most presidents understood that you needed border security. But again, after 4 years, we've asked ICE and empowered them to do a very difficult job. And that's what they're in the midst of, and that's what the Secretary's talking about there.
It is incredible to hear some of the things that are being said on the left and from some of these radical protesters. In this case, this is an anti-ICE activist speaking at a Maine Stop Terror press conference. Listen here.
They roam the streets as an armed gang of thugs funded to the tune of $85 billion. Trump wants us to believe that these murderers are here to apprehend criminals. The truth is that ICE are the criminals. We demand the immediate prosecution of all killer ICE agents.
Thugs, murderers, criminals, killers. I mean, how's ICE supposed to do their job when this is the rhetoric that is being spread?
Well, it's very dangerous. Obviously, these folks are lunatics, and that individual probably has not left his mother's basement in quite some time. He doesn't understand law enforcement, he doesn't understand the mission, and he doesn't understand the statutory mission that ICE has been given by the United States Congress. They have to do that job and remove dangerous folks from the country. You can disagree on policy, you can disagree about targets and who they should remove, but what everyone should agree on is that those that don't have a legal right to be in the United States should be removed. Every other country around the world does this, right? You don't have a country without borders and without enforcing that border security and immigration.
Lastly, Caroline Leavitt gave an update on the body cam situation because at the end of the day, this is going to take time, resources, money, but she did provide an update in that briefing yesterday on that.
Over half of all ICE field offices now do have body cameras, and the remainder of the field offices are expected within 60 days. It's been a slower rollout than we would have hoped, but that's because of the Democrats' decision to shut down DHS for several weeks. So we expect to fully execute on the promise of body cams to all field offices across the country very soon.
So following through on the promise, no doubt, though, it's a process. Chad, final thought.
It is a process. You don't go down to Best Buy and just buy the cameras and put them on the officers. You have to do a procurement. You have to outfit them. You've got to write a policy. How long are you going to retain the video? You've got to do a variety of different things. This does not happen overnight. And yes, absolutely, the shutdown impacted the ability for ICE to get these cameras out a lot sooner.
Chad, thank you very much for joining us. Good to have you on.
Thank you.
All right, John.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.